Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the homestead. We have a big day planned for us today. Actually, a big family project we're going to need the kids to help us with. We're hoping we can get it all done before some rain moves in late this afternoon. So we've got a full day ahead. Let's start with all of the animals.
Well, our meat rabbits very much enjoy getting a new place where there's fresh grass every day. Well, every day or, every other day, depending on how many rabbits are in here with them. We enjoy raising rabbits for meat, and by raising them in these rabbit tractors on the ground, it's a more natural environment for them to live, and it provides them with a clean environment every day or every other day. They sure do enjoy the fresh grass, especially in the spring right now when all the grass is new and just full of tons of nutrients. In this rabbit tractor, we have baby bunnies. They're about 3 weeks old, and they are sure in the cutest stage of baby bunnies.
About 5 weeks ago, we did a video called Pointy Eggs Are Roosters, where we only incubated round-shaped eggs to see if we'd get all hens. It's still a little too early to tell for sure, but let's go see how they're doing. Well, they're growing fast. Like I said, they're about 5 weeks old now. They're still in the brooder barn. They're too little to go outside. Once the broiler chickens are gone, then we may move them into those chicken tractors for a little while before they're big enough to just free range. If I had to guess as of right now, I would say that whole pointy egg thing isn't right. I would guess, honestly, that most of these are going to end up being roosters. So maybe that pointy egg thing is flat out the opposite. I don't know. My guess is there's no real way to tell until they hatch. Morning, turkeys.
Well, the ducks are still on house arrest, basically. We're trying to keep them from walking and playing out in the road and getting hit by cars. So for right now, they're still in this open area here.
Morning, guys. How are you today? How are you this morning? There you go. They're getting tamer. They'll let me pet them now. Look ya. Can you believe how good these guys are looking? We are so excited to be raising these Idaho pasture pigs. They are solid.
Charlie is ready for his breakfast. He knows what's coming. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Charlie. Are you ready for your breakfast, Charlie? Here, Camille.
Good morning, girl. Good morning, Myrtle. Good morning, Mildred. You guys ready for your breakfast too? Well, they are all doing so well. We're so happy with them. We can't wait until fall when we can breed them and then have some babies in the spring. Good morning, Hope. How are you today, Hope? A nice sunny morning. We're not quite ready to milk yet. We'll be back out in a few minutes with all your stuff, okay? Okay. Hope loves to give kisses. Do you know cows like to give kisses? I didn't know that. But she does. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes. Well, we've got a big project to tackle this afternoon, and that is getting this garden ready for planting. Now, I don't think we're going to get it all done today, but as you can see, it is completely...
It's a giant mess.
Yeah, it's a big mess. We haven't done anything with it since the end of last summer. It's just been here the way it is. And we talked to you guys in previous videos about some of the mistakes we made with this woven ground cover in the past that we're not going to be doing anymore. And you can see where all of these weeds are growing up. That's where we left 2 pieces of woven ground cover with a little space in between, and instead of just planting through individual holes. So we're not going to do that anymore. So what we need to do today is get all of this ripped up, all the fencing taken down, and everything. It's going to be a big job.
If we can get to tilling today, that would be great. After we till, we have found that allowing the rain to kind of let the soil settle back down before we put the woven weed fabric down, that works best for us. So we're hoping, I mean, it'd be great if we could till today, but we might not get that far.
Right. Luckily, we're supposed to be dry today and tomorrow, and no rain until Wednesday. So if we could get this done today and tomorrow, that would be great.
This is going to be a family project. It's been a long time since you guys have seen the girls. For privacy reasons, we've kept them out. But today we need their help. It's too big of a job just for the 2 of us. So you'll see them a little bit, which is pretty exciting for you guys.
They're going to be in charge of taking out all of the staples that are down in the ground while we work on the fences. We need to get to work. Let's go.
When we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice. And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
All right, we've got the fence down. I'm gonna pull these T-posts out. I get a lot of questions whenever I use my T-post puller in videos, so I thought I'd show you guys again how this works. I don't know who invented this, but they're a very smart person because these things are hard to pull out of the ground. So basically this is just gives you some leverage to pull with. You put the base up against the base of the T-post. This hooks on like this. And you just push down on this lever. And it just ratchets down. And it pulls the T-post right out of the ground. So easy, saves you so much work and so much time. I think you can pick these up for like 30 bucks. So I'd look at your local farm supply shop and see if they have them. They'll save you a ton of work. Well, we're down to our final piece of the weed fabric. Now, I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression when you see what is going on in this garden. This is not because the weed fabric didn't work. This is because of our own negligence last summer and last fall. This was the garden that we grew our spring things in last year. So all of the stuff that was in here was like broccoli, cauliflower, you know, all of that stuff, and it was done by about June last year. Well, just about the time that this stuff got done, our other garden, our summer garden, which is the same size as this, also started to produce, and we started to get busy with that, so we just thought, we're just gonna leave this and let it do whatever it does. Well, that was a mistake, because now all of the weeds that you see growing in here, they didn't grow up through the weed fabric. They grew up in the holes where we had our plants. They grew up in the spaces in between rows. So none of this is because the weed fabric failed. This is strictly because we didn't take care of things when we should have last summer. So we have learned a hard lesson. This has taken us most of a day now to kind of rectify this. We still have a lot of work to do before this garden is ready to be planted in again. But we're hoping to still make some great progress yet today. Once we get this final piece of the weed fabric up, we're going to go through with our push string trimmer, mow all of this down, rake it up, and then we'll be ready to till. A lot of this can just be tilled right back into the soil, which won't be a bad thing. It'll give some good nutrients to the soil, but we don't want this much work every year. So lesson learned, but we need to get back to work.
Last one, girls.
before we can till, we need to rake. So I've hooked my big rake to the back of the tractor. I'm gonna try to rake as much of this old stuff out of here as we can, and then we'll switch over to the tiller and we'll get that all done yet today. Alright, got the tiller hooked up. We got everything raked out of there that needs to come out. The rest will just till into the ground. Well, that is a job well done.
Well, it's hard to remember now that this looks so wonderful and is all cleaned up. It's hard to remember how big of a mess that was this morning. It took a lot of hard work. It took most of the day.
Right.
And we're so grateful to have had the kids help. They actually went inside and have made dinner for us.
Yeah, it took us about 6 hours to tear all of that up and get everything tilled, but to have this nice refreshed area now to be able to grow our food in for the summer is going to be awesome. We're going to have this and our other garden going this summer, and we're excited to get just an abundance of food.
The next step is for us to till this a couple more times, but you guys, we're tired. We're glad to get it to this point. We'll come back and we'll do more tilling tomorrow or another day. But then we will wait for some rain to settle all of that light, fluffy soil back down so we can put the woven weed fabric back. We've learned after a few years of using that the best way is to make sure that the ground is a little bit settled and not so light and fluffy.
You know, every time I use the tiller on the tractor, I'm just amazed at how fast it is. I remember the days of tilling with my hand tiller, which I still use from time to time, but on something this size, and especially now that we're doing multiple gardens every year, this is just such a time saver and really an awesome investment.
So after that, you guys, we get to start planting. Here shortly at the beginning of May, or between the 1st and 2nd week in May, we will plant this entire thing and it will just go bonkers, hopefully, for the summer.
So if you're enjoying our videos, we hope that you'll hit that subscribe button so that you can watch all summer long as we continue to grow more and more food for our family. Not only the things that we have in the greenhouses back there, but our gardens as well. Until next time, thank you guys so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.